Hey, I'm Josh, co-founder and CEO of Expansive, and this is the FM Fix, our podcast. Emma Bellingham is head of academy at IWFM, where she leads the development of training, qualifications and learning pathways for FM professionals across the industry. Before IWFM, Emma spent years shaping professional development at organisations like IOS and IEMA, designing learning programs that bridge the gap between theory, compliance and real-world practice. She's worked across sustainability, health and safety and professional standards, giving her a broad view of how skills frameworks succeed, fail and evolve. In this conversation, Emma shares what all of this means for facility managers today, from choosing the right qualifications to building confidence to preparing for a future where FM roles demand far more than technical know-how. Emma, welcome to the FM Fix. So glad to have you on board today. Really looking forward to our conversation. So you've worked across multiple professional bodies before joining the IWFM. What drew you into facility management specifically?
Well, thank you for having me. Firstly, I'm really excited to be here. I think really it's the synergies from previous industries that I've worked in. So with health and safety and sustainability, it feeds into the professional IWFM professional standards. It feeds into the profession. Health and safety and sustainability are a key competencies of the professional standards. So actually, it felt like a natural next step to then join the Institute of Workplace and Facilities Management.
From all the facility managers that we speak to, it appears that it doesn't have a typical career path. Do you consider that a strength or a problem?
I think it's a strength. We know that it's a very broad and varied profession, which is great. It means that we get people from different industries, which means that we welcome transferable skills. And also, there's no direct route of career path, which means that people can generalise or people can specialise. And the professional standards, the IWFM professional standards, and the career pathway that we deliver and create for people means that they have qualifications and CPD and awareness training and bite-sized training to support each level of their chosen path that they take. The challenges that we do have within the industry are that it's not a visible or chosen career path. And we often hear, I fell into it, or I got into FM by accident, which are some of my favourite conversations, because then you hear the background and the transferable skills that actually do come into the industry that I think strengthen it. But also, in terms of the visibility of it, we're working with organisations and with our members to ensure that the value of FM is communicated and seen within organisations. And that's something that we are really trying to change.
We hear the same thing, that there's not enough young people coming through into the FM space. What else can we do to change that?
I think it's about making it attractive to young professionals so that they can see a clear career path. So that's not just within the institute providing clear career paths for them and development pathways in terms of qualifications and CPD, but also within organisations. Young people are going to want to join an organisation where they can see where they can develop and be invested in. And I think that's real. It's about partnership between the organisations and the institute to showcase the opportunities that are on offer across the industry.
Do you even think we can go further back in someone's journey and collaborate with universities and colleges and to help educate students on the value of FM?
Yeah, and it goes all the way back to school and education. It's about not just we have university partnerships that with the institute where we accredit university programs, and that's kind of feeding into the entry routes into the profession, but also going right back to school and the education piece that we can do around the careers that are available. And that's about linking organisations with the education institutes to support the opportunity within the profession, really.
But why do so many amazing FMs still feel underqualified or unsure of their progression?
I think it's hard to kind of put yourself in a professional's shoes and say how they feel. What we do know is that we want, and we're working with organisations and professionals to show and understand the acknowledgement and the understanding of the profession, what the value of the profession is, what the profession brings to organisations. And we know that not all organisations are understanding that at the moment, and we're working really hard with them to ensure that they do understand that. What we do know from the membership is that we have over half of our members are certified members, which means that over half of our members are qualified to level 6 or above, which is equivalent to degree level. So they are qualified. There are qualified, very qualified members across the institute and across the FM industry. We also know that there's an appetite for recognition across the profession, and members and non-members and professionals get that through membership with the institute. We know that there's an appetite for a tailored FM route and a tailored within the FM context. So an understanding of all of the training needs, analysis, training, products and services, but also the membership to have an FM context. And our professional standards are supporting all of that. So we have our professional standards framework underpins the competence that's needed across the profession. We are currently updating that, so we're working with employers, current professionals, and research and insight to make sure that that professional standards framework is driving innovation and driving change across the profession, which we're hoping then will encourage the uncertainty to disappear across the profession.
I think that's all amazing and excellent. I didn't realise that half your members have a level 6 qualification or even further, which is amazing. And I think maybe where some of the efforts may need to be focused is not actually with facility managers themselves, but with other stakeholders within the organisations, like the senior leadership team, and them really understanding the benefits of what FM brings to their organisation. And fundamentally, it's about keeping people safe within the buildings they work in. So stretching it past FMs as well, I think, is going to be part of the battle as well.
Yeah, I agree. And I think that's where the career pathways and the development really comes in. So we've done a lot of work over the last few years around diversifying our product portfolio so that we are not just looking at FM and core FM, bringing leadership into it, bringing sustainability into it, bringing health and safety into it, AI and technology, so that we've got core pathways across all of our products and services to broaden the knowledge and skills across our membership, to ensure that actually our members are well equipped to then go and have those conversations at a senior level and can communicate at that senior level, and therefore communicate the value of FM into senior leadership teams.
What's the biggest misconception about FM qualifications?
I think the biggest misconception is that you do a qualification and then that's it. So they have to be maintained. All qualifications are based on competence, and you have to maintain that competence. In all of the qualifications from levels 2 to 7, learners will complete the qualification, and they're building their knowledge and skills and capability through completing that qualification. But then actually at the end of that is the membership and the recognition. So your membership is recognising the knowledge and skills that you've learned and that you've understood and that you've gained through completing that qualification, and you've taken back into the workplace. To then maintain your qualification and maintain your membership, the key to it all is CPD. So to maintain all of your knowledge and skills that you've learned, things evolve, things change over time, new legislation, AI, new techniques are coming in all the time. And in order to maintain all of that, learners, members, professionals need to ensure that they're completing CPD on a regular basis. And that can be from listening to a webinar, listening to a podcast, completing a short course, doing some bite-sized learning, doing an e-learning, attending a short course. It's a whole range of activity. Anything that enhances your knowledge and skills is CPD. And actually taking the time to then record that and understand how that has enhanced your knowledge and skills, how you've applied that within the workplace, is maintaining your competence.
How should facility managers think about balancing experience, formal learning, and on-the-job development?
Again, it comes back to competence. So competence is defined as skills, knowledge, experience, and other qualities. And that's everything that you've just described there, really. So yes, you get your formal qualification, and that is always advised. That's going to look different for different people across the profession. So whether you are completing a qualification to enhance your technical skills, or completing a qualification to move into the next stage of your career. So in terms of, from a technical point of view, you may be a new entrant and you need the technical skills. So a level 2 or 3 qualification is key and perfect for you. You may have been in the industry for 10, 15, 20 years, and actually you've gained all of your technical skills on the job, which is great. But you're thinking about that next move. So you're thinking about maybe a leadership role. There's now qualifications that are bespoke to FM within leadership and management, for example. We've just launched a leadership program at level 6, where we're taking cohorts on to think about strategic FM and leadership. So we're thinking about that next stage of people's careers. So formal qualifications always advised, but also there's other parts of CPD development, professional development that you can do along the way, and that should be done at all, every year of your career, whether it's, like I said, short CPD pieces or it is your formal qualification. It's about thinking about how you maintain that, but also what's your next step? What's evolving, even if you're staying in the same role, what's evolving within that role? What's changing? What's challenging you in that role? And then planning your CPD around that. And there's tools and products and services across the institute, across all training providers, to make sure that members have got the tools to be able to progress within their careers, but also stay relevant within their role.
And do you see facility managers with qualification, the formal learning, with the skills, being remunerated higher than the ones that, that don't have the formal qualifications?
Yeah, so that's what we see. So our research tells us that there's a number of, many of our members who complete a qualification will then receive a pay rise at the end of that qualification. So they're recognised for the work that they've done and for the qualification that they've gained. They're recognised within the membership. So they're recognised at that, if you do a level 4 diploma, for example, recognised at that member level. And then we work with them to then think about certified. So as they progress through the grades, as they progress through the qualifications and maintain those qualifications, they are recognised within their pay.
And for facility managers that don't know where to get started with, how can they get started with the IWFM, and how long would it take someone on average to go from level 1 to level 6?
It's all based on job roles and the work that they're currently doing. So if you are a new entrant, then I would always advise that you look at kind of level 2 qualifications, or what some of the awareness courses that we have on offer, like Introduction to Facilities Management, for example. If you are kind of an established practitioner, as we call them, then you'll be looking at kind of the level 3 or 4 qualifications. If you've already got those qualifications, it's thinking about the other avenues that feed into the broad FM arena that we always refer to, and that's thinking about the sustainability products and services that are on offer. So we've partnered with IEMA, now ISEP, to be a partner of theirs, and we deliver the sustainability awareness courses and the net zero courses. So again, but within an FM context, so it's all relevant to facilities management. So they are with like-minded people, but also reviewing and working through content and workshops that are relevant to their specific sector that they're working within.
So for someone who's an experienced FM but doesn't have the qualifications, do they have to start at an earlier level, or can they jump in at a higher level?
No, so we also offer experiential routes. So if you are an experienced FM and you have been working in the industry for, say, 15 years, 10 years, and you don't have the formal qualifications, but you feel like you have the technical expertise, you can apply to be a member through experiential route. So that means that you are evidencing that you can meet the membership grade through the experience of on-the-job training. And you still go through the same assessment process, but it's from a kind of more of an experiential perspective. And you can gain the membership level. You can also gain the certified level. So throughout the whole of the membership grades, the experiential route is a very valued entry into the membership.
Which skills are becoming non-negotiable for today's facility managers?
The ones that we hear all the time, and the skills that we that always get fed back within our research and surveys that we do, is AI. I don't think that is kind of unique to FM. It's everywhere, isn't it? But actually, the ways that AI can influence an FM's role and the workforce is huge. And even within buildings, for example. So we hear AI all the time. The other area is sustainability. So FMs are at the forefront of sustainability. So within how buildings are managed, within the net zero targets, they're often described as the linchpin with the end user and the landlords and the supply chain. So sustainability is a real key competence that's needed across workplace and facilities management. And the third area is leadership. So we've already talked about the opportunities, I suppose, for the profession and for people within the profession to enhance their career, to develop within their career and develop into leadership roles. To have that ability to communicate the value of FM and communicate that and influence at that strategic level is key, and that's going to be key moving forward within the next few years.
So just to pick up on a few points, firstly, you mentioned artificial intelligence becoming it's here now.
Yeah.
We know it's here now, but often we see when we're speaking to facility managers, they're still not adopting the technology.
Yeah.
So how are you encouraging FMs to adopt the technology?
I suppose we would say that we've adopted it ourselves in a way. So we've created a new bite-sized category, which is focused around looking at the key themes that are coming through. So the bite-sized category is really about connecting the products and services that we offer from a CPD and awareness route to the policy and research that we conduct as an institute. And the purpose of the bite-sized product is to build awareness and demand across the membership and the profession. So that means that we've launched a tech bite-sized series, looking at this from an episode point of view, not just kind of a course perspective. So we have created a bite-sized series that's focused on 3 key episodes, looking at not just AI, but the Internet of Things, technology, and how that is driving, impacting really the profession. They are 20-minute episodes. They have they're focused on kind of short key results and objectives, and it's around, as I said, building that demand and awareness across the profession of how AI is and technology is influencing their role already, and how it can influence in the future, and actually what they can do to not get left behind.
Because I completely agree, because I think the facility managers that embrace the technology will be really successful, and the ones that don't embrace AI, they'll just get left behind.
Yeah, exactly. And it's our role as an institute to break some of this down. So, yeah, we're doing great work from a policy and insight point of view, and we're understanding what the key themes are across the profession. But actually, as an institute, it's our role to break some of these themes down for the profession into smaller bite-sized chunks so it's easier to understand, and we're not expecting people to complete a full qualification or complete 2 or 3 day courses. It's about short pieces of information that are manageable, that aren't overwhelming, just to start introducing what this could mean and how it can influence their role in a positive way. It's everyone's kind of, there are people are scared, aren't they, of AI? Everybody has gone through the people are scared of AI, but actually, it's how this can impact and influence in a positive way, and what the future of FM then looks like with AI at the forefront of it.
No, agreed. You also touched on sustainability.
Mhm.
How's that reshaping training needs?
Sustainability is a core element of our professional standards. I mentioned that we're updating our professional standards at the moment, and it will remain a core element of our professional standards. What we've also done is partnered with ISEP, as I said, and we deliver some of their awareness courses. We've also got a bite-size training and guide for sustainability as well, just to break down some of those concepts and what that means within FM. It's around, again, like building awareness across the membership, across the profession, and also looking at how we train. So thinking about it from an IWFM point of view, how rather than attending short courses, are there e-learning routes? Are there bite-sized categories that we can launch? Are there podcasts that we can do? Are there webinars that we can do to build that awareness and inform some of that CPD for our members?
Are we asking too much of FMs without giving them the right support?
There's no doubt that being in FM is challenging. It's a challenging career, and it takes a unique individual to be an FM, which is brilliant. I think asking a lot of them and asking a lot of facilities managers is how we support them is about the role of the professional body. So the role of a professional body is to bring together like-minded individuals and give them a network, give them support, give them special interest groups and community groups, but also the tools and the knowledge and skills to develop themselves, take that back into their organisation, help them with how they communicate that with their organisation, with their peers, and with their senior leadership team. But then also thinking about the tools that they need to progress within their careers. So yes, the knowledge and skills, but also the practical application of that and the qualifications and CPD needed to do that. So their own professional development, their organisational development, and also the network of like-minded individuals.
And where are organisations falling short, supporting and, really helping develop their FMs?
I would say that in terms of organisations, so we work very closely with a number of different organisations, and where the focus needs to be around career paths, development pathways, the focus needs to be around not just the individuals within the organisation, but where the organisation is at realistically and their FM maturity. So if any organisation has the attitude of just get them on some training, let's just do some training, then essentially they could be wasting their money. What they need is an investment from an L&D perspective. So looking at not just the organisation, but the organisation's strategic objectives, their vision over the next 5 years, for example, and their KPIs and how they're going to measure it. Then thinking about, well, what's the current capability across the FM function to deliver this? Firstly, also recognising that FM is key to any organisation's success. But what's the current capability? in order to deliver of their objectives, and then thinking about what their skills gaps are and being really honest about their skills gaps. In order for an organisation and a directorate to succeed from a learning and development perspective, it's all around partnership and partnering with an institute that has the professional standards, that's innovative in its thinking with the professional standards and is driving a profession forward, means that an organisation will be at the forefront from an L&D perspective. So we work with organisations to conduct training needs analysis, identify what those gaps are across an organisation, and then create bespoke programmes and partnerships that will enhance the knowledge and skills across their organisation. This means that the organisation's delivering has got the capability within it to deliver their objectives, but also they're looking after their people because there is career development pathways, there's professional development that's on offer for individuals, and also it's supported by membership. So there's recognition there for the work and the commitment that individuals have taken, not just to their organisation, but to their own careers.
How do you see FM qualifications and training evolving in the next 5 years?
We're at a point within all qualifications that a change is coming, I suppose, and I think for FM qualifications, it's around thinking about how we can support all of the industry, how we can support all members, how we can diversify our learning delivery methods to ensure that there isn't that we're meeting the needs, all learning needs, basically. I see there's probably more shorter pieces of information when you think how people want to even engage, or how we're on our phones and how we're watching videos and things like that. There's opportunities within CPD of making those bite-sized pieces of learning micro learning rather than even bite-sized learning. There's opportunities of how we kind of drive the e-learning agenda and what that means, how we use AI within our development so that we are focusing on our own innovative ways and we're keeping up with learning and development techniques and trends. So there's a whole range of development that we are committed to, and we've spent the last 3 years diversifying our product portfolio, ensuring that we've got key pathways to support that align to our professional standards, but also support the membership. And we're not going to stop in that commitment. That commitment will continue because we need to, as I'm talking about how FMs need to stay relevant and up to date, we need to stay relevant and up to date with the ways that people want to learn.
No, I agree. And I think with FMs being really time poor and pulled from pillar to post and no day is the same, bite-sized learning I think will be very successful.
Yeah, and something that people can do on their phones, something that people can do on their commute, is where we can take their time that they've got some downtime or where they're got a commute, and use that valuably in a valuable way will really help.
Brilliant. So we have a closing tradition on the FM Fix, which is called the FM Fix Reactive Round.
Okay.
There's no thinking. It's just straight talking, the first thing that comes into your head. So 1, if you were starting an FM career today, what would you prioritise learning first?
I would say some of learning about the industry. So if I was starting an FM career today, I wouldn't just start with the qualification. I'd start with some awareness courses. So I'd start with Intro to FM. I'd start with understanding the professional standards so I can see the breadth of knowledge that's needed across FM and where my career path could take me. And then start with some of the kind of introductory courses to then delve a little deeper into what that means for my career.
When would you start a qualification?
I would start a qualification when I'm in a role that I'm comfortable in, that I've if I've got a couple of months into the role, and then I would start a qualification to go, right, and you've done those introductory courses, you've done your awareness pieces, and then you're starting to, you've passed your probation, you've passed your kind of introductory pieces, you've got all the foundations in place, and then I would start a qualification. So I wouldn't go into a qualification straight away. I think it's important to get the foundation knowledge there first.
What is the one thing that every FM needs to learn in the next 3 years?
Only one.
Only one.
Okay. So I would say the one thing an FM needs to learn in the next 3 years is how technology is impacting their role and how they can embrace it.
What skill will matter more than technical knowledge in the future of FM?
I think leadership. So being able to communicate with your peers, being able to influence and communicate the impact of your profession is going to be key to an FM in the next 3 years.
Brilliant. Well, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
It's been really great to speak to you and learn from you.
Thank you. Really enjoyed it.